Welcome to the treasure room.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Prepare for vault door opening.
Hi, I am Sparkle, the legendary gamer dog. Welcome to Vault 45 Teamwork Tycoons. Settle in for an evening of fun with your host Kismet. Let's teleport inside.
That never stops being cute, everybody. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Kismet. Let me get centered in my vault desk here. Get my blue screen or my green screen centered a little bit. There we go. Do what I can do. Yeah, I was having some weird problem with my headphones. My headphones weren't working properly, and they say they're like nearly dead, so we'll see how this stream goes. Standard technical issues always going down in the middle of this stream, that's for sure. Speaking of technical issues, I gotta reset some stuff over there too. Always a giant undertaking, everybody, when you're streaming to a bunch of different platforms at the same time, and try to keep everything rocking and rolling. Let's see if we get the chat up here. There we go. All right, there you guys are. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me, just so I know everything is working. I appreciate y'all coming in tonight, man. Did we have a really fun time, everybody? Boom, playing some Satisfactory, man. I got it all wrapped up in nearly a 12-hour stream. And, man, we got so much stuff done in a single day. We literally just we tore the whole base down and rebuilt the whole thing from scratch, only way better, and producing basically all the resources that I'm going to need in this particular phase. In fact, it just crossed over 3,000 of those smart platings, which is basically almost as much as we needed in the first phase, which was 5,000. And it's just cranking away on those. Now, the only thing we really need to do is we need to let it run for a little while. So we let it run all day long. So we had some resources so we could go ahead, upgrade a bunch of stuff, and then, of course, try to get our phase 2 running, where we could just go in and put a bunch of stuff in there and let those 3 items that we need for the space elevator just kind of run and run and run. So that's got to be our big goal today. Probably jump in, also do a little bit of Fallout Shelter to get that stuff set up and running and all of that. And then I don't know how long I'm going to last here because I didn't get much sleep today, but we'll do what we got to do, right? So it might be a shorter stream than normal. That last one was a 12-hour one. We might just rest up a bit and come back and do another bonus stream or something fun on Friday. We'll see how it goes. But for right now, let's say hello to the chat and we'll get into it. We got Foggy coming in saying hello. What up, Foggy? Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Appreciate you. We got Bloodvein coming in saying hello, chat and Kismet. Hey, Bloodvein. Faybrain saying hi. We got Bloodvein also bringing in the love. Appreciate it. Mr. waving in the chat. We also got Big Bucket with a 1. We got Bloodvein. Mr. letting me know everything is working. Here's a bunch of cats for letting me know that everything's good to go. Don't forget to go out and retweet. Everybody follow that link. Hit that like button. Hit that retweet button. We get 5 retweets. We're going to give you 1,000 caps. We get 10 retweets. We're going to give you 5,000 caps toward future giveaways. So there you go. There you go. Yeah. Everybody saying hi, and Mr. in there. What's this? What is this emote you got? Nodders. Okay. Bloodbane, yes. Fun detected, yes. My headphones were doing something weird. I couldn't get them to work, and then I finally got them to work, but it says they're like 5% battery, but I haven't plugged in all this time, so I don't know. Something pretty weird. I got some backup headphones, though, just in case. So I got those charging as well in case it just goes really bad. Always have a backup plan, everybody. For sure. Oh, Salty. Yeah, Salty's not going to work in this screen. That only works in the main screen. Remember, all those commands are in the main screen over there. What's up, Pizza Head? Thanks for coming in and hanging out as well. Big Rock says, I was inspired by you, went around and collected everything too. It really does change the game. I haven't done that either. Yeah, I've never even bothered to do that. Because again, you can get all the way through the game pretty easily in the normal mode, but going around and collecting everything, that's hard. That's really hard. And then you have just enough, and again, if it spawned it differently, I wouldn't have had enough to make it happen. So it just so happened that it spawned in such a way that I was able to go and unlock all these amazing things that I've unlocked so far. And we got more to unlock coming up too. So I say, let's get into it, everybody. And again, if I inspire you to play some games, then I'm doing it right. Here we go. All right, everybody, we're ready to get into it. Let's get it going right over here. We're going to dive right in. Now, let's go ahead and give you guys the update of what we did last time. So what we did is we basically took everything out, all of the production, every single thing, and we brought it here to a central factory so we'd have it all in one place. Now, our main goal, of course, is to backlog resources for me as the player, as the human being, so that I can utilize those resources at this point, and also to basically automate the process of them going into the dimensional depot. So at some point, I don't have to run all the way back here over and over again to grab like concrete and stuff, and the dimensional depots are up on the top. So all of this concrete is running into this box and then also into the dimensional depot, and the same thing with all of the resources all the way down. Look at all those dimensional depots. Pretty sweet. So we have all of that running in there. And you can see we're also tapping a bit of this resource right here, which is our copper sheets, which we're using over there. We're also using a bunch of our quick wire over there as well, so we can go ahead and make some AI limiters. And we made a few of those. One of the things we also were hurting on why we wanted to let it run for a while. Whoa! All right, yeah, now we're cooking. Now we got a whole box of those bad boys. Look at that. Was the smart or steel beams. We definitely needed a bunch more of those, so good that we could let those run on the server. Didn't have to let my machine run. Just load up my G-Portal server, started it up, and now it's just running 24/7. And as long as I have perpetual power where I can just keep running the machines, they'll run and run and run. Look at that, man. We did 3,000 smart platings already. Pretty awesome. And about 400 of the 10,000 other things that we need to do, which I totally forgot what the name of those things are. Let's go over here and find out what they are. Name of that thing is automated wiring. So we need a bunch of cable over here and stators. Wow, we ran out of cable again? Man, we have a lot of stators. Man, we still got stators left. Still got stators. We got to bring some cable over here. Probably want to start with that so that can keep on cooking. Now, just actually processing 100,000 resources is going to take a long time in and of itself. Even if I had all of the resources, it's still got to process it and run it through. So we're going to run over here and see how many of this cable we have. We have a good amount there. And again, I don't need to backlog or save a ton of cable at this point. I've got some in the dimensional depot, and that's probably good for now. So best I can just go ahead, run over here, run some more of these. And now we're about 400 in. We can also go ahead and eventually run our run our cable over here, so it's automatically running as well. Hey, there you go. Tab bringing you guys the love. Actually started at my normal time today as well, barring a little bit of extra time due to my headphones doing some weird stuff. Well, we got that going. Yes, rotors right now is waiting on. We'll just let that keep on rocking. So, as you can see, we're making some good progress here. Another thing that we want to do is we want to use our SAM fluctuators, which we need a whole lot of this. Ooh, we got a bunch of that in there. And we want to make our SAM fluctuators, which we do have space for that, so that we can expand the dimensional depot. So let's just start by making a bunch of those. So we can get our upgrade going. We need about 100 of them. We have just enough with the steel beams we have on us, but we have more steel beams in there, though I'm not making any more steel beams right now, which could be an issue. So we definitely want to get those going eventually. Again, if we let this run long enough, everybody, we'll have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. So I'm trying to use this stuff up also. I'm trying to let the stuff run in such a way that it can keep on going. Oh, I just thought of something too. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. Hold up. Over here. Be right back.
Take that, chat.
So salty. So salty that that salt bot. All right, so I was getting a little chilly in here. I want to make sure to open the door to help my kids get a little bit of that AC as well. So let's go ahead and convert a bunch of these. I think we're getting, I think we have enough. Okay, now we want to upgrade the speed. Oh, we got another hard drive done. Any inventory space? Nope. Rescan. Yeah, automated speed wiring. Well, we don't have the ability to do that in there because we don't have circuit boards, which means we can't make high-speed connectors. It'd be nice to have an alternate circuit board recipe. That'd be wild. But none of those right there. But that's okay. We want to have that done anyway, so we can go in here and upgrade the speed at which it upgrades.
Dimensional upload speed increased. All of the kinetic and thermal energy released during matter conversion has now been repurposed to aid with dimensional shifting, allowing several parts to pass through for free.
The window is beautiful. Have you tried making a door?
I assure you that would be a most unhealthy action for the pioneer to take.
If I make a door? Apparently making a door is off limits. Alright, well what am I missing? Oh, probably wire. Okay, so we'll make a bunch more of this. Now again, we're trying to unlock as many of the dimensional depot things as we can, because we have a lot. We have all of our basics covered right now with summer sloops and our Mercerspheres, which is what we're working with right now. But again, the Mercerspheres don't do me any good just sitting in my inventory, everybody. They're best used on either upgrades or as the inputs for the dimensional depots. And you can see these are all separate inputs, so they're going to go really fast, as well as having them separate makes it easier so that one thing, if it fills up in the dimensional depot, doesn't cause the next thing that you're trying to upload to stop, which can happen. Like right over here, I have a bunch of this stuff going, and if I put it in here and the dimensional depot is already full, it's not going to go in there. So we want to keep that going. We need some more wire over here. Ooh, mama, we got a lot of that. We got a lot of that. And then more of our fluctuator. Oh man, we can make a lot. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see if we run out of something before that, or we're going to need another slot. Yeah, there we go. We ran out of room. And so it basically, it cleared up a slot there. So if it does go over the 100, it'll, okay, now it's got 2 slots clear. Yeah, we burning up that, that SAM ore like crazy. But that's what it's there for. So we need about 150. And we might be able to unlock another storage upgrade. We'll see how many how many summer sloops we need. I think we have Mercer spheres. I think we have enough. I think it's like 17 or something like that. And there's a ton more around that we're going to go and get eventually. Right now, though, we just want to get this unlocked so we can store more stuff in the Dimensional Depot. The cool thing is, the second I get that upgraded, all of these things will start uploading to the Dimensional Depot again, which is pretty cool. Because again, right now, you can, if we go up here, we can put a ladder back over here and go up here and take a little peek down the edge of this top one here. We can see that all of this stuff is pretty much stopped, except for a few of these which I've got diverted, being used elsewhere. But again, the second I upgrade this, it's going to have 500 more each in the Dimensional Depot. Right over here. Yeah, 13. Okay, and that's 26. So we need actually one more. So we'll upgrade that, and that's going to give us another increase.
Dimensional expansion increased to 400%. Parts can now be stored as elementary particles in a hyperdense deconfined state. Normally, I'd explain the basic science, but I don't think this one can be simplified enough for you to understand.
We composed a growth song, but you composed a shrink song, so we remain silent. The dance of your bones and organs and veins amuses us.
I understand. Seeing the pioneer perform tasks also amuses me.
Hey, Ada. Hey, wait a minute. So we got that upgrade, and then again, you see that I'm just kind of working both upgrades. Now what I did was I took out one of the Dimensional Depots, which should give me a Mercer sphere back, as well as I can also see if I have any in the thing. No, I don't have any in there. But again, I took one of those back, which is basically the things that I'm using right now, these SAM, for the SAM fluctuators, so that I could use that one to upgrade the speed of the update. And we know where a bunch more of these Mercer spheres are, so if we need them, we can go grab them. But to do the last upgrade is a lot, everybody. It's a lot of Mercer spheres, though it's totally possible to go get them all. I proved you can get like 60 of them here in the beginning of the game. Just even in the beginning, we could rock it. All right, we're getting there. So we need 150 more, and how many more can we do here? I feel like our biggest problem is going to be our reanimated SAMs here. 194. So again, see how it's not updating because it doesn't seem to update in the thing there. We got a little bit more here. Again, let's check and see how many we needed. I think it was 13 on the dot. All right, awesome. Let's see. Yeah, we're not going to have enough. We're not going to have enough over here. Let's go check on our SAM ore. Where are we making that? I think that's way over here somewhere. Check where we're doing our SAM ore. This is all that stuff. This is all rods and whatnot. Going over here to our modular frames. Quartz there. This is all the copper stuff. Looking good there. And then more copper. Here it is right here. Okay, so this is just not going fast enough for how much we're trying to use. And that's okay, because we know what to do. We know what to do when we need more resources. And again, if you want to process these resources faster, sometimes you got to do it manually. So we're going to grab these bad boys. We're going to put that right there. And we're going to get this going. Here we go. Now, I usually have a ton of these sitting on all of these nodes so that if any time I'm kind of waiting on the stuff and I'm kind of in a little bit of a hurry for it, I can go ahead and just manually pick it up. And so that's what we're going to do. And we'll just run it around the node here. And before we know it, we'll have so much we won't even know what to do with it all. I usually run them in a circle, and sometimes I don't even bother with the extractor. I just use my own conversion. I'm going to squeeze another one in there. Right there. Okay. Now, while those are converting, we'll go ahead and, or extracting. We can just grab a little bit from each of these. While we're waiting for it to go. Now, this is an impure node, so these are going to take a lot longer than a pure node. They're going about 20 per minute versus 80 per minute. So we'll go ahead and gather some of this. A little tempted to go get the other pure node and run that pure node over here, or I could just go over here and put a bunch of these things down on that pure node and convert some myself. But this is definitely going to take a minute. While those go ahead and do their thing, I'm just going to grab what I can to kind of sync these all up to each other. Sometimes a little awkward to grab it. This node is kind of way up off the ground. There we go. All right, we got a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and just do some manual conversion. Right over here. And yeah, there we go. So we can make 82 of them. Now, I can actually make it faster than the constructor can. So I can kind of cook through here, but this is definitely not enough, everybody. We need way more than this to make this cook. And I'd probably only do one more upgrade of the dimensional depot anyway, because the other ones are, again, are a massive amount of Mercer spheres, which we'd have to go collect, which, again, wouldn't be too hard, but we need about 46 more in there. Now, of course, while we were collecting all of this, way over here on this side, it had collected more. So, again, we can go and grab it. And these are all fairly synced. Again, this is going to extract way faster than that extractor right there. It's going to be so much faster, especially if it was a pure node. When I was doing the iron ore like this, where I was just grabbing stacks and stacks of the iron ore, I was literally grabbing a full inventory of it, and then it would run for 35 minutes. Hands off, just running, converting those into iron ingots, which is awesome. We're getting way more this time. Way more. All right. And again, while I'm converting it, it's extracting more. And then we just kind of rinse and repeat that process until we get enough. And then also it's making some too. So we could go over there and check in on that and see how many it's got versus how many we've made, and etc. Oh, getting there. Okay, 12 more. All right, rinse and repeat. Notice I run all the way back over here, so I'm getting the one that is the fullest first. Do this 4 more times and we got this. Or we could go do something else, come back when this is 100% and then just do it all at the same time. But since we got this running, we'll do what we got to do. So this way we're multitasking. It's gathering while I'm converting. I feel like we definitely could use that pure node right now. This one's pretty slow, extraction wise. Probably tie that one into our oil or our coal extraction that we have going too. Yeah, there we go. But that takes our most precious thing, which is our time. It takes a lot of time to run out there and run the line and do all of that. Or we'll just see how many of these we can kind of zap from over here. And then we can infuse that one into the conversion too and probably convert that faster. That'd be 240 extraction versus probably 60 extraction, what we got going right now. We're going to need a lot more of these SAM fluctuators, that's for sure. And so you're doing the work of a manufacturer right now. See, that's what's so awesome about doing this manually, is you have that, that power. All right, we're at 30. We'll go ahead and just let it backlog a little bit. I kind of feel like I want to go out there and check out this pure node, which we know is this way. Yeah, way out there. I'm actually moving faster whenever I'm in my parachute, because I do the slide first, and then that slide is actually making me go a little faster, and then I can just kind of glide across there. Yeah, back here in the corner. And we definitely have enough to run a bunch of belts and such. It's really tucked back here, kind of hard to see too. All right, let's get it going. Let's get our Mark II in there. Let's go ahead and tap this into some other power that we have. Oh boy, we gotta go a little ways here. Little ways. Yeah, a little across here. It's okay, because eventually we'll probably come over here and run a bunch of water anyway. And we could utilize that. Across here. Try not to get too close to the water though, so that these poles are not in the way. And we'll tap that across there, grab that. All right, nice. And then we could even do this. If you get good at it, you can just ride the rails, everybody. Ride those lines. Very fun. All right, extracting at 240 now. Nice. Now I'm just going to do this easy mode by raising this up a bit. Maybe turning it this way. There we go. And then we're just going to run this across here and try to match it up to the stuff on the other side. And I try to put it way up in case I'm driving my vehicles through here, or I'm just running through here and it won't be in my way. Now you can use your stackers. I think I'm going to go around this way. So again, if I do add water later on, it's not going to be in the way. And because I have a lot of... Oh, I'm doing Mark IIs. Oh, my bad. Because I have a lot of this backlog now, I can go to my Mark IIIs now. And then also Mark IIIs. There we go. I got a backlog because I remember turning that to Mark IIs before. Let's double check we got a Mark III there. Yes, okay. Then we'll upgrade this one. And that one. And all of these. There we go. Now we're getting our 240 coming out of there. It's actually going to be 270 in the beginning because it's got a bit of a backlog, I'm sure. So we're just going to run this over here. And we're going to see where we can tap in. Let's tap in around here. Run around here. We could optimize this massively, but I'm just trying to get it around some of these obstacles. So we can go ahead and run it right up there. All right, very nice. And then we are going to need to run it down the way and then maybe offset it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there, and then 1 down. We'll get this. Bring it down there. Very nice. Okay. We'll just run around in this case. Okay, so we know it's way over there, so we got to get it from over here to over there. Now, I notice I ran it down a little bit. That's just to bridge that bit of a gap there. Let's just go out a little bit here, and then we'll just bring that back up. And this is a matter of line running it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll just keep it consistent in the same spot in case we want to run some other lines. Now, it does look like we're about to have a problem there. So we're going to turn this way. And we're going to turn this on straight mode so we get a nice angle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are called underruns, or this is called a sandwich level or logistics level. I run them underneath because that's the most convenient. Because again, you don't have to see them, you don't have to trip over them. They'll just be nicely run down here. Again, we want to see where this is going. This is going up and then around to there. So we might want to actually back this up just a bit like that. Or even better, we can go onto this side and see where this is actually running. That's sulfur there. I think it's... There it is. It's that one. So it's this one right here. Jump and double check again. So we want to go from right here. So we can kind of run this through. Somewhere about here. And we're going to come down. Sometimes it's better to backlog. Start at the end and work your way backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. And then we'll bring this down to this middle one. Turn the straight function off. There we go. And I'll work forward and then I'll work backwards too, just to make sure it lines up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's going to be going this way. And this one, we're just going to do this. I'm going to divert this around. In a straight mode. That is going to run all the way in there at 240 speed. Pretty sweet. All right, we're just going to tap more of these because this is not making this fast enough, and this is what we need right now. So we're going to go over here and see, while we're waiting for that to come down the line, it's almost here, to see what we can do up here to increase the capacity here. So right now, this is at 60 per minute. What if we put this at 100%? 240 per minute. Oh, okay. Okay, that's going to do 30 instead of 7. Okay, but we actually have more than 230. We have 300. So we probably want to make a second one of these. Like this. And then the output is 30. So 240 in is 30. And this is 30. This actually should go back down to what we were at, which I believe was 60. So that was 25%. Yeah, 25% there. Or even better, we can just leave this one at 100% and then just turn this one back down to 60. That'd be even better. So 25% of 240 is 60. So we'll turn that back down to 60 because this one's already set up to run at 60, and we know that extraction is 260, but we can go with this one, and this one's going to output 30 per minute. This one's only going to output 7. What we can do is, since we already have the structure, we can just go ahead and let's make sure this is a level 3. Yep. We can just go ahead and add the ability to merge these like this. Bingo. And then all we need to do is add another backlog box here, just in case we want to let this backlog a little bit, in case it fills up. We will add another conveyor lift here. We'll make sure this is going the right direction. And we'll pop down here. And we'll see if that other line is covering it. Yes. So what we're going to do is just kind of rearrange the way this is going. Like this. And we will bring this way around. Why don't I just bring it to there? Yeah, better idea. Do it that way, and then I can turn this way. This way I can just kind of take it off of there and run it right into there. And then I can take this one, aim it this way, and bring this up from down here. And weirdly, see, it tries to say straight, but that ain't straight. That's funky. Funky, and I don't like it. There we go, default. And now we'll get the 240 in there. We got your 60 going there, and we just basically 5 timed how much we got going there. So a lot. So now we have 37 running instead of just 7. It's going to need some power though, so we're going to try to find some power. Luckily we got some. And that is off and running. Now the cool thing is we can just put that in there, and that's going to be pumping those out now. That is going to be jamming those things out of there. Nice. All right, now we got to double up, maxed out, running at the maximum speed. So we don't have to do it anymore. See, that's the whole point of it, is that it's going to make so many that we don't have to do it. I could have done that before I AFK'd. I'd have like 3 boxes of that now. But it is what it is. So how many do we got right now? We got a little bit. Again, we're just trying to squeeze out just enough to get this upgrade. And then we have a big undertaking. What's up, Beat Banana Bread? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Soothing to watch this game is satisfying. It totally is. It's fun. It's even more fun to play it. I highly recommend trying out the new 1.2. There's a whole bunch of stuff in 1.2 we haven't even done yet, even though I've played for about 1,500 hours now. At least on the server and on my local game of letting it run. But I think it's kind of funny that this is update, and I haven't even done most of the update stuff yet. We did make a spawnable toilet. We did do that. But we'll get all the vehicle pass and all that other fun stuff that they added here in a bit. All right, so again, this should be cooking pretty quickly now, so we should be able just to grab these until we get it done. Yeah, 2 more there. So close. So close. All right. And we'll let that cook, because we're going to need more of those fluctuators for sure. But just to kind of speed this along, we will go over here. Whee! And do a little bit of the work here. Get it going on. Now look at these, are 100% now. They got 100 of each thing. Now we're gonna have a whole lot more. I do a lot of manual conversion in this early phase 1. It really does help you a lot. Again, you can just queue up a bunch of stuff. AFK, go watch a movie, or set a timer for 30 minutes. Do whatever you got to do. Do your dishes, do your laundry. Whatever it is you got to do, you just get a whole bunch of this. And again, you just put all these portable extractors down, which is awesome. And then you can just cook with this as well. I plan to try the automated version of these at the end of the playthrough. But not right now. Okay, we'll actually even got too much now. All right, we'll go right here. And yeah, now we got 312, which should get us pretty close. How many we need? I think we need 10 more. So I'm just going to do enough to do 10 right over here. And that should get us our speed upgrade. So now it's going to not only have more in the Dimensional Depot, but also a speed upgrade. Remember, I'm just in phase 1, everybody. This is just phase 1. So again, this is the most I've ever bothered to do in phase 1. Normally I'm in phase 9 by now. I'm just like cooking past all of the different things. But this is hard, everybody. This is really hard. I got to do 100,000 resources just in phase 1. 100,000 per each of those things in the corner, plus 10,000 on the last one. That's a lot, everybody. That's a tremendous amount. But we'll get it done. Again, it's a matter of time now. Server will restart. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 55 minutes called restart. We'll have that remind us. I got my base color coded. The blue is the storage typically. Green right now is so I know where these little connector things are, and the purple is where my primary base is. I got a couple of these in here too. I can take those bad boys out of there. There we go. And I can put that wood back in now. Okay, I think we got our upgrade. Let's go. Right over here. Yes, there it is. Start research. That's 120 per minute. It's 23 and 23, so we need 46 more.
Speed increased. The dimensional shift now no longer cares how complex the components of the original part are, and will save each part as a single collection of particles that can be instanced easily.
Grow shift the body cord flow cycle song of the 5-layered shallows to 8.
I'm working on it, but are you saying there is another layer? Is it a sensor limitation?
Deepen.
Helpful.
Okay, we're going to run that stuff in the Dimensional Depot there. You can see I just put some random stuff in there for it to convert as well. Probably put some plates in there, do that. Some more of that in there. Now the problem is if it does fill up in here, it's going to say, hey, no more space left in the depot. Same thing here, because this stuff is also running in the depot over there. So I don't really need to run that in there or that in there, because again, it's just going to stop at some point. And then I'll be blocking any of the smaller stuff that I want to run in there later. Okay, and again, to do the next level of this, we could totally do it. We could run around, find all the rest of these, and there was a ton of them I had run past. And there's like a lot of these. I forget what the actual number is. I wrote it down when I figured it out before. Let's go over here and see if I have it still written down over here somewhere. Let's see. I might have taken it out. Yeah, I think I only have these over here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I took those ones out. Weird that I didn't leave those calculations in there. I didn't leave those notes. Oh well. Oh well. It's like a lot, everybody. You have plenty to use them all to unlock all of the upgrades and also to put down boxes for all of your resources. Now, in my case, I actually put down multiple boxes so that it goes even faster. So when you see I get to my concrete, and my concrete is just running on its own, and all it's doing is putting it in the Dimensional Depot. And so I'll build 5 Dimensional Depots, so it's going at 5 times the speed. Anytime I use up a lot of resources, it'll just go in there at 5 times the speed, which is awesome. Very awesome, because then you're going to fill that up, and same thing with plates. And you're not going to have that issue. But as we run around later, we'll go ahead and probably get that last upgrade later on. Any of these other upgrades, I think we can do this one, the power switch. Now, I'm just doing them at this point. I don't really need to do these. Probably not even going to use that power switch, but we do got a bunch of this. And we made a bunch of these. So we're just going to run over here and do it because we can. Again, remember, this is just phase 1. Some of this stuff is locked behind the inability for me to make certain items now.
Power switch unlocked. Fixit is proud to announce that the power switch facilitates power grid management through the application of the very latest advances in on-off switch technology. Fixit. It's fun to have power.
This is true. Then we got computers, which we can grab. How many we need? We need 150. Oh, it just so happens. Just so happens we have 150. And then heavy modular frames, which we also have 150 in there. We have just enough to get this programmable splitter, but it's going to burn up a bunch of our resources. But we can say, hey, we got that done in phase 1.
Programmable splitter unlocked. This upgrade to the smart splitter provides additional options to improve conveyor belt logistics.
Later game. We need the refinery for that. We need to use the refineries for compact coal. Yeah, we basically unlocked everything that we could unlock, and some of this we unlocked just from stuff that we found along the way, and I bet you there's some of these resources out there that we could find still and whatnot. But again, we pretty much did everything. I think we could do this one here if we had a lot of fabric. And that one we could do with some knobless and more mycelia. This one we can't do because we don't have polymer resin. Again, that's the refinery. So we have to go get some mycelia. Yeah, we're all out of that. Okay. I used it for some biofuel, and now I don't got none. There is a ton of it all over the place. Trying to think of a really easy place to go. I'd say probably up into here. Up into there we could go and go grab some. I say we go on the adventure. The cool thing is not only do we unlock cool stuff, we also unlock the Explorer over here as well. Like this. I like the Explorer because it goes way faster than the other stuff. Oh, I'm going to have to convert some more. Convert some more stuff, you know. Let's go down here and make some more solid biofuel. I can tell you with just 20 fuel, it's going to run out by the time we get there and come back. So again, what we want to do is get as many of these things unlocked as we can, just to say that we did it in phase 1. And then we're going to need to let a bunch of stuff run here in phase 1. So we'll want to set up stators, we'll want to set up motors, we're going to want to set up all that stuff. Also our pipes and beams, so those things can run, even if they're running slowly. If they're running for long enough, they will just run endlessly. And then eventually we'll get all of that. In fact, we could probably let it go for like 4 or 5 days, come back, and boom, we'd have a giant bulk of that done. We already did 3,000 of them right now. But again, it might take a week. It might take, 2 weeks or a month. Who knows how long that's going to take. I could figure it out, but I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to go get myself some mycelia here. Here we go. Oh, right here. No ammo. I got a lot of ammo cooking in here. Rebar, actually. A lot of rebar cooking. Going after him now. Where's this guy over here? Okay, so we got this here. I forgot I had it here, and this one needs power. How much power does this one need? This one needs 40 power. All right, well, we definitely got that. We might as well just go ahead and tap into it now. Oh, sometimes it takes a minute for it to kick in. There we go. Get that hard drive. Then also, when we take this out, we're going to get a bunch of resources back. As you can see, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Very nice. And again, we want to get some mycelia. Okay. We're going to go this way. Yeah, maybe around this way. Loves to spin out. Got the one down there. Can't remember. Let's go look. Yeah. Whoa. Catch some air there, bro. Well, how do we get down here? Over there. Okay. Oh, we don't have our chainsaw. Okay. Take this, cut this in half in case things go bad. And then these things right here. There we go. Now, I don't want to have to keep running back to my vehicle, so I'm just going to pick that up. Uh-oh, dropping already. Oh, boy, here we go. Here we go. Let's put some of this stuff in the dimensional depot. The mycelia we just got. These here. What else can we put in there? Maybe some of this ore we can just throw away. We can just throw all this ore away. And we'll get our resources there. All right. Easier if I just run around on foot. We're also going to need a lot of cloth too, so we're going to need to get a massive amount of this. And mycelia is a fungus, so if it looks like a fungus, grab it. Oh, Kismet Love Train coming in. Tipathy coming in with a prime sub love. Thank you very much for showing the love here in the stream. Let's show some love in the chat, everybody. Appreciate you big time. We're having some fun right now, man. We're playing Satisfactory like it's an adventure game. Very, very fun. We're running around and grabbing a bunch of mycelia right now, aka the fungus. So we can make cloth and other things out of it. We actually need the raw mycelia. Oh, uh-oh. Guy over there shooting me with a fireball. Use my parachute, which you can't see because currently got the chainsaw out. Not gonna bother to fight all the mobs. I'm just here for the resources. Oh, a little too close there. Again, great place for mycelia. Remember, you can also use it for biofuel, but again, I usually keep it because, like, right at this moment when I need it for other stuff. Uh-oh. We got the Spidey down there. Before he sees us, let's get this together. There we go. He's not going to bother us if we're just in our vehicle. A little trick for you. I'm just going to dip up ahead through a whole lot of this stuff. This is look at my geothermal generator there, which I never use. Except for this playthrough, we're using it right now. In fact, there's another one over there that we're using as well, which is pretty awesome. And just trying to get away from some of these mobs here. Alright. Might be okay over here. We'll see. Now you know a gaming secret, everybody. Where to get a ton of mycelia. Now, of course, there's a lot of scary mobs over here, including those very big spiders, which I could probably smack to death with my new kind of baton weapon. But the less I have to fight the mobs, the less time that takes up, the more time I can use on working on my factory. And that's really what I want to do. Got another one. Oh boy, here we go. Hardest thing is just getting the thing. All right, come on. Me or you, bro. It's me or you. Oh, it's all me. All right, see? Fear is the mind killer, everybody. You got to just go at it. But once you have this one, you do a lot more damage than you did before. So just go in there and wipe them out. Just go after them. Do I have anything to heal myself? I do not. Oh boy, look at this full inventory too. Very, very full. I don't know why I have a bunch of that on me. I don't need that. What else? I want to get my barrels that I put in here. I can take these out. Put the barrels in here. Heal myself up a little bit. And I can make some things that heal me better, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Kind of aiming for about 500 mycelia, which is a tall order. Kind of feel like there's going to be some stuff down there. Oh yeah. Get wrecked. Okay. Oh, another one. Little spiders are fast. Well, now that I killed them, I might as well go down here and get all this stuff. Man, a lot of bacon down here. Oh, another one. Oh, did I get him? Apparently I got him. Oh yeah. A lot of bacon. Okay, we're going out, we're coming in. We're going back out. The way we came. Don't be afraid, everybody. Get in there and get her done. Again, the hardest thing is picking the thing that I want. Because you can't just press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which you can do in most games. You can just press the certain thing that you want. And in here, you have to use the scroll wheel. So it's like hard to get to the thing you want because usually overshooting all the time. At least I am overshooting that stuff. And I think we can go down here and maybe grab some of this. Alright, maybe find some stuff on the way out. These bee guys are coming after me. It's hitting me. Something was hitting me now. Oh boy. Gotta run away a little bit. Do a little flying thing with my thing here. Where is he? Again, the hardest thing is get my weapon. There we go. There he is. All right. Well, those guys after me. All right. Now we good. Put our vehicle down. Now, I could have tried to put my vehicle down, but by the time I get the vehicle down, they'd already be on me. Man, we got too much stuff on us again. Where am I getting this limestone from? Put all this stuff away. Because I'm also getting a bunch of leaves and wood and all that stuff on me while I'm running around too. I need to cut this in half. That's what I need to do. Put this in the back of here so we can drive away. And then I saw there was a little bit more right here, which we'll just go ahead and grab. Boom. What's this, about 500? Good enough. And I usually just set myself a target of how much I want to collect at any given time. So there's like a cutoff point. Okay, I got that much. I'm going to go back and see what that does. Kind of thing. And again, the buggy is really helpful because, again, the spiders don't attack you. All the other mobs won't attack you either. Pretty good. The only ones that come after you are the bees ones. They'll come after you a bit. I think we're good right here. And then we'll get up on top of this. Grab some of that. Slide, and it didn't work. Put this thing away. There we go. Slide jump. There we go. And we're just going to slide across there. Not enough to make it up there, but that's okay. We'll just go right over here where we have a ladder. Lock in on it. Apparently not. Get that ladder. There we go. Okay. Looking good. That was a very fruitful trip, and we wasn't as scared of those guys, though those guys make me jump every time, especially when they come out of nowhere. But you're like, yeah, trying to get you. All right, toxic cellular modification. We're gonna get that going. All right, right over here. Mycelia. There. So we need 10 of the Nobilis, which I think we put away. I thought I'd made a bunch of them. Yeah, right there. Okay. Another one, unlock. Man, you can unlock a lot of stuff, man, if you work at it. If you work at it, you can unlock a lot of stuff in Phase 1. Pretty crazy.
Gas Nobilisk unlocked. Chase away creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note, also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use.
All right, how much fabric can we do? One fabric? Oh, because we only have this. But, oh, man, we can do 212. Nice. So we need to get more biofuel. I can just do it right here. We need more biomass. Now, normally I automate the whole process of biomass, both the leaves and the wood. Not necessarily in mycelia, because again, I usually save it for when I need cloth or whatever. But I usually automate this whole process, but because I had to do it in biofuel, it was actually more effective for me to do it myself, because it takes 5 times the power and double the resources. It's much more effective if I just do it in here, both power-wise, time-wise of collecting other biomass, so I can make the biomass with the biomass. That's not very effective use of my resources. And then over here, we will, wait, I'm gonna do it right here. We got to make some fabric. Oh, yeah. Oh, not those. Fabric down here. All right. There we go. Again, show you a great place to go grab it. Just watch out for those big spideys. They like to come up in your business and say, what up? And you're like, yeah, spideys. They do have a cute mode where you can turn on, if you have arachnophobia, everybody, you can turn it on so the spiders are not scary. They're like little kitties coming after you. And then, of course, you're going to have kitty phobia. You won't know why. You're playing too much Satisfactory with the kitty mode on. All right, and then we just need a little bit of coal, which is kind of weird that I don't have any in here. Yeah, I see I've got one in there. But we can go snag some coal from wherever our coal is processing, way over here. I'm sure I have a little bit of overflow. We'll see. Or we can just grab it out of the machines if we don't have any overflow. Let's see. Wow, no overflow. Wow, I've been doing my job. Look at me go. Now, this one is going to backlog, so I can just grab that out of there. In fact, I can just cut that in half and put that back in there just to keep that rocking and rolling. And then we'll cook our on back over here. And we should have enough for, over here, for the gas mass. Where is it? Guess, oh, I'm unlocking the gas mass. I'm not making it yet. I gotta unlock it first. Right here. No. Missing materials. Oh, I need one more cloth there. That's funny. I stopped it one too soon. There we go. And then over here, there we go. All right, start that research. Bingo.
Research completed. Gas mask and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A pleasant pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for optimal safety.
Okay, we got to make 100 fabric now to actually make the gas mask. Very rarely do I ever make this gas mask. I just usually make the Nobilis, and then I can run around and just blow those things up now, which is really fun, by the way. It never stops being fun blowing that stuff up. But since we're kind of doing every unlock achievement that we can, we're just going to go ahead and get this rock and roll. Oh, ran out of space. And out of inventory space. There we go. Just as I was going to get that last one. There we go. And we'll make some more fabric. And all we got to do after this, because we pretty much unlocked everything that was not gated in the MAM, and so the only stuff we need to do now is just get to the next phase. We could go do coal power and all of that, but if I don't need to do coal power, I'm not doing it. If there's no need to do it, then I'm not going to do it. Why would I do that? I could use that coal for producing steel, and then also we're using some of it for other stuff for some of our black powder too. All right, gas mask. Let's go. Right here. There it is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that bad boy on. Double click it. Yeah. There we go. Now we got ourselves a gas mask. Now we need the gas filters, which I forget what that takes right here. let's go add a to-do list. What is it? Fabric and coal. All right, so we need more fabric on top of the fabric we just did. Okay. What do we need? We need more biomass. It's like 4 per filter. And that's why we got all this, so we can do all this. Again, this is why I typically save it, is actually you got to make the gas filters, so later on when you're using the radiation filters, you can use those gas filters in those as well. Most of the time, by the way, you can keep those gas filters in the dimensional depot, and then when you're about to run through gas, you just pull it out, and then you run through the gas, and then you put it back in the dimensional depot. That's typically what I do with it. Remember, equipment is over here, and over there is items. I'll make about 5 of them. There we go. What we really need to do is make ourselves some Nobilis at this point. Let's go check in on our... Ooh, mama, look at that. A whole entire thing full of that. Very nice. Ooh, and look at this. We're backlogging. We've done... Wow, okay. We did... Wow, almost 2 boxes of that rebar ammo. Gonna be styling and profiling. All right, we need to get back to getting this doing our stuff here. So we'll go back to steel pipes. There we go. And then this will go back in there, and that'll end up in the steel pipes because we're going to need those steel pipes eventually to do our thing. Let's see what else. So again, we could be making Nobilis. I think it's not going to be in here. It's going to be in the assembler. Yeah, it's going to be assembler. Biocoal. Yeah, using biofuel to put it in coal. Yeah, I'd rather just get the coal. Yeah, we're going to need an assembler. So let's get an assembler over here and see what we need to make this happen. Nobilis. Black powder and steel pipes. So we can go ahead and line this up. Line that up. Okay. Well, we know where the black powder is. Now I have these out a little bit further so I can run them like this. And then steel pipe. And then we're going to kind of have to watch out what turn it this way. So this one's not going to run into that one. Seriously doubt that's going to run all the way there. Nope. Now, they've got it where if you just aim at the box now, it's going to try to connect to the box. And whatnot, or it's going to try to connect back here. So what I do is I just press the control key, and it should, unless it's being super awkward like it is right now. Oh boy, yeah, super awkward. All right, fine, let's try it over here. There we go. All right, control over this way, just to keep it up nice and high, and then run it in the back of this one, up there. And this is what we call spaghetti. A little bit of spaghetti, good for you. Too much spaghetti, not so much. All right, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we're running all of it in there. So we're going to run all the pipes and all the stuff, and that's going to make us a bunch of Nobilis. Which I'm just going to go ahead and let run out there. Again, that's going to run as fast as it can go and burn up those steel pipes. Now we also want to use these steel pipes elsewhere. So we'll just let it do a bit of that. We'll probably end up turning that off at some point. Just so we have a bunch of them backlogged so we can use them to clear debris and whatnot. we got to get over here and work on the rest of this. Now, this is already kind of cooking on its own. The thing it's really waiting on is rotors. Rotors is always something. I can put some rotors in there. There we go. Rotors is always something that is kind of trying to catch up on here. We even have this doubled up. And it's typically because it's waiting on screws to get that going. So I just put a little bit of screws in there to get that going. I also have a bunch of screws back at my base that I can just throw in here. That would help it as well. A whole box full of it. And then I can just make more screws to, again, kind of supercharge that a little bit. So this way it has more screws so that I can kind of catch up on the rotors to the point in which it's also burning up all those reinforced iron plates. But again, if we just let it run long enough, it'll get that done. Now, we also got a bunch of stators over here, and we want to bring our cable over here as well. And we're going to need to set up some stators behind it here. So let's get that set up as well. And so we're just going to do a little bit of spaghetti here, but it's going to get the job done. So we need stators. Stators right here. So we're going to need steel pipe and wire. And so we'll go ahead and do this. And this. There we go. All right, so we need some of that steel pipe that's way over there to be way over here. So we're going to go ahead and tap into that steel pipe. Again, we don't need to make it fancy right now. We just need to make it functional so we can let it run. And that is what we're going to do. And we're going to get it over here, maybe a little bit back, way up like this so I can drive under it. And then we're just going to run along this bottom part here. And it goes. Okay, that's going to get that in there. Then we also need some wire over here. We want to go ahead and also run some power. See if we can tap it into this power over here. I think we've got most of these maxed out. Tap into that one way over there. That actually connected to the actual power? Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, it's connected over here. Okay, so that should have lit up, which it did. Now we need wire. What's the other thing we need over here? Modular frames and steel beams. So wire, modular frames, steel beams. All right, we're on it. It's got to go the other way. This way. All right, wire. Run that in the middle because we got our modular frames right here. So we want to make sure those don't... Oh, this one's kind of tucked back. Bring that one forward a little bit. Turn that sideways. There we go. Yeah, I kind of feel like running that one to the bottom. Okay, I want you to make it as awkward as possible. And then we need our steel beams over here. Now you know why I have all this offset in such a way that we could spaghettify a little bit of this. Now I use spaghetti, and sometimes I use blueprints and mega building. I use it all, everybody. Why limit yourself? I use whatever I need to get the job done. And all I need to do is run these resources over here. And then this is just going to run and run and run. Because again, we're using that geothermal power in phase 1, which means we have basically infinite power. It'll never run out. And so we'll just keep on doing our thing here. Get our zooping on here, help us out a little bit. And then this right there. Again. And all this will get torn down again when I go into future phases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 right here. And that's why I have this little side area here in case I want to do some line runs or whatever I want to do. The yellow part is my primary road, typically. Oop, I didn't do the top first. Better if you do the top first, because then it won't be in the way, but I've already done it now. There we go. And then we want to divert this across the road. Let's say right here. There I go again, doing the bottom one first. Hard habit to break. I'm gonna break that habit at some point. Okay, what does this one need again? Modular frames, steel beams. So up a little higher. This one's going to be lower. We'll go modular frames here. Steel beams up there. And that is going to kick in. There it goes. It's going to start making some versatile framework. Why do I not have my summit loops in here? Get it in there quick before it makes one. There we go. And it's just going to burn up everything that I have there because I don't need to save it for a rainy day now. Now I have to run out all these resources because we already got everything else done. We just want to burn all the resources that we possibly can at this point to get that going. I definitely want to use our multipliers. I think I already... Oh, I do not have one in here. Why am I not have one in there? I thought I put one in there. I could have sworn I put that in there last time. Weird that those were not in there. Well, it is what it is now. Okay, so we got that. We needed our wire way over here, so let's just go ahead. Oops, not what I was trying to get. There we go. Let's move it over here a little bit. We'll keep it up at that same level. And again, this is what's good about letting the stuff run so we could get to this point. Yeah, wire right there. And I kind of feel like we'll just run this down the center again. And again, burn up all this excess wire that I have sitting around. And there we go. Now that one's good. And we could double up those stators too, but what we really need is we need a lot of wire over here as well. That was the other thing I needed. Let's go back here and tap into our wire. I feel like our wire is already being used. Oh, it's not wire, it's cable. That's that. Where's our cable here? Not being used. Okay. Might need to go up a little bit more. Little bit more. So we can get up over the top of all that stuff. Oh, here comes big boy. Coming through. Now again, the cool thing is if you already have your stackers, this makes this super easy because now we just get up here and get it going. There we go. And we already used a lot of this already. Very tricky when you're actually on the belt. Oops, too many. Come on. hang off the side a little bit. We'll just go ahead and put these in here and make this go a little faster. And I think we're going right here. This one, yeah, this one. We don't need this second box. And so we want to end up there and just circle back, yeah. Now we're being crazy efficient now. We're getting every process we can possibly get going. And then we're going to be good. There we go. And then this is doubled up. And so we're going to get a bunch of cable in there. In fact, we'll just throw some in there. We got pipes coming down the line here. So we got a bunch of pipes on us that we don't need right now. So we're going to pump those in there. What are we doing here? Wire. Throw that wire in there. We have a bunch of reinforced iron plates, which again, we're going to double up those rotors, so that's going to make that go a little faster. Put that in there. What are we waiting on? Screws, I think. Let's go ahead and double up our screws here. Oh, we already are doubling up the screws. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, 75 per minute. And 15 rods. 18.75 rods. And we're producing 15. So yeah, right here. This way we're producing twice as many rods. So we're going to do 30 rods. And then we can increase the screws here to maximum output. Yeah, now we're going to get 80 screws per minute. And then this needs 75. All right, awesome. Okay, and again, there's no reason to save this stuff for a rainy day now. It's just purely burn up the resource. And again, I put a bunch of backlog just for my use. But now this is just let it run kind of thing. So we're going to grab all the screws out of here that we can. And we're just going to supercharge this with screws. Which one? Not that one. This one. This is the one that needs the screws. Boom. Supercharge that with screws. What else can we do here? What else do we have on us? I put some of this stuff back in the depot. Just go over here and put some of this stuff back in the dimensional depot. These, those, these ones. Silica, I don't think I need to do. Put our knobless back in there. This. And this can be thrown away. That can be thrown away. This we can throw in there. That. Maybe this. Maybe that. Maybe this. There we go. Is there something blocked? Oh, we got enough. We got, those are full. Take these and put them over here. So if we do need them later, they'll be in there. Okay. And that's going to run the rest of that in there, hopefully. Run those in there as well. Whatever's in the last slot, by the way, is the thing it's going to run into the depot. I think the rest of the stuff, we're going to throw some bacon in there. The rest of the stuff we can actually put in the boxes if we have space. Rods. Okay, yeah, look, it's at 82 of them already. 82 out of 100,000. It's going to be a while. But again, we did backlog a bunch of that. So, modular frames. Versatile framer. I always forget the name of some of these things. Let's add that to our to-do list. There we go. And then over here, we will take automated wiring. And we'll take that. We'll add that to our to-do list. Oh, 10 minutes. And then I'll get stators back here. Stators here. Add that to our to-do list. And that tells us all of the resources that we could just grab and bring over here. Steel beams, steel pipes. And again, it's using a lot of these steel pipes right now for that over there, which we're diverting this way. How many knobless do we have? Oh, that's not it. Over here, knobless. All right, we probably got enough for now. We'll run that out to remember where that's at. And then what we'll just do is we'll just disconnect this like this. And then it will divert that. Now, if we need it again, we can always add it back in again. But now it's going to divert all of the pipes that way, which is good. We want to use up all those pipes. And we'll put some of the pipes. Oh, man, yeah, we're using those up. Over there. Now, at some point, it'll be hurting for these pipes. These pipes I also ran into here as well. Or no, it was quick wire we ran into there. That was excess quick wire. Take that out. No longer need that. This is more of this stuff. We'll leave that over there. And there we go. Again, you'll get to a point of equilibrium where you're good. Now, I could go explore and do all of that stuff. But what we really need to do is just have this stuff running. Have it all running. We should probably check our power consumption. Let's go see how we're doing with everything running. Not even there. We still got like 1,000 more power that we can do. Actually 2,000 because we're only using about 3,000 right now. Again, we want to let that run. Now again, this one is taking its time. It's really the cable that we're having issues with. Summer sloop. We got any more of those? I think I put those back at my base. Or I used them all up. We can always get more. We've got them marked out there. Let's make sure we got none extra. There we go. Oh, this is stopped again. Get that out of there. None in there. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Make sure all of this stuff is cooking. Should see all this stuff running here. Yeah, there we go. Not running super fast, but it is running. We don't have reinforced iron plates going there, but we should have some modular frames coming out of there. Where's our modular frames? And they take a long time to make those modular frames, but I want to see one run on that belt first before I assume that it's working. Doesn't look like it is. The second I turn away, that's when it's going to go by. Don't see it. Let's go double check it over here. Reinforced iron plates. Modular frames. So yeah, the reinforced iron plates are having a problem. Something going on here. Why is that one getting so little versus the rest of these? So the rest of these are backlogged. Got 100 of them in there. What are we making here? Iron rods. Show you a great little trick, everybody. If you got too much of this stuff, what you want to do is use yourself a smart splitter like this. So you can go ingots here, and so iron ingots there, and then if you have too many, it's going to overflow. It's going to overflow. Oh, it's going to restart me here. Into this one here. Again, so if you have an overflow, you can divert the overflow into here, which I probably have a backlog in here, which I do. Massive backlog in there. So I can run those in there. And then over here, same thing, massive backlog in here. So we can do the same thing over here with another smart splitter. Over here, this will be iron ingot, and then this one is left, overflow, and then it's a little tricky to get that there. Might as well just add another merger right there, and we'll just merge that into there. And there we go. So now, again, if it has too many, it'll put it in the one that doesn't have enough. So a great way to use your smart splitter there, and its real problem is trying to produce enough iron plates here to get this going. Now I probably have a ton of iron plates laying around over here, so let's go grab some of those. Again, this is what I call supercharging. So you just grab a bunch of that stuff and you stick it in that box, and then it should speed this up a little bit. Or is it right here? Oh, we don't have a box. Oh, okay, well, we're going to make a box. We need another box right here where we can infuse this in here. Let's make sure this is lined up. Doesn't look lined up. There we go. Run that into there. And then take this out. Run that into there with a default. And drop all of those in there. There we go. It's going to really cook it now. It's 30 per minute. It's got a backlog of screws. Had I put boxes in between here, it would have massively backlogged a ton of screws and backlogged a bunch of stuff. But since I didn't do that, it didn't do that either. So it is what it is. In fact, I could probably turn this all the way up, and it would just make a whole bunch extra of these. Gonna do 5 per minute now. And what it'll do is it'll burn up all the excess of that stuff we have laying around now. And so that is going to make 5 of those per minute. This is at 3.75 right now. And we probably have a ton of this over here. 2 minutes. All right, good time for a break. Man, that was 2 hours like this. Boom, like that. Time for a break from Satisfactory. While we do that, we're going to jump into some Fallout Shelter real quick. Check in on it. We're going to turn our sound back up, do a little bit of that, and then we'll actually take like a break. But we're going to go ahead and jump in because it's restarting the server right now. Let's see how our vault is doing. This is a brand new vault, Vault 56. And we kind of pop in here when we are doing other things. Ooh, 90%. Nice. And we're going to get all that. Look at this. All these guys have leveled up. They're all stronger now. Let's put them back in the perception room. Right here. Stabilize the vault. Like so. And then over here, same thing. These guys got a lot of level ups. Get them back in here and they'll be cooking out power like nobody's business. Alright, a lot of level ups as well. Very nice, very nice. Alright, let's see how many people are dead in the wasteland right now. 452. Let's collect that. Wow, this guy is still going 19 hours. He still has 20 stem packs left. His biggest problem is rataways. So we're going to let him keep on going. Let's check our other peeps. Our other peeps dead. Who's got enough caps to bring them back? Yeah, the person here, 11. So what you do is you bring back the one that has enough caps to cover whatever you spent, and then a little bit extra. And then what you can do is then use him to res the other ones. That's good enough. We'll go with that. How much do we have left? Okay, we have enough to get a bunch more peeps. Right here, recall. And let's see. Got enough for this? Yep. Recall. And just let me run for a while. Got a lot of good suits in there, though. And she's coming back. Yeah, I just let my character run for a really, really long time. Probably like a couple days. And then come back. Now, again, every time he levels up, though, he's just going to auto-heal himself. So then he's going to do stem packs. But it'd be awesome if he found some rataways, because then he could heal himself, which is why we need to get more rataways for next time. Again, this is a game called Fallout Shelter, everybody. If you haven't seen it in a while, they did update it. Added a bunch of cool stuff to it as well. Currently, I'm just doing some basic stuff. Keeping things going. Probably want to use some of these to move this rock. Not going to have enough for an elevator, because I want to go down the elevator here, add some more power. Because my power thing is right in the edge there. This guy right here, let's go and get his stuff going. Get him in the training for right now. Uh-oh, room on fire. All right, that's going to spread down and over here. We'll get this guy actually over here. We'll get these guys over here, because it's just going to end up in these other rooms. Because what it's going to do is go here and then spread this way. Normally that's why I keep these rooms separate, so that I can just let it burn itself out. Seal him all the way up as well. And then one of my favorite things is that it just goes all back to business. And we're doing good on our power. We're crushing it. No, just go back to wherever they were going before. And I'm all good. Alright, this guy going up here into strength. He got a strength outfit too. Oh, what new outfits did we get? And what do we need here? Sell 10 pieces of junk. Find the mysterious stranger 4 times. Oh, we're going to get some quantum for that. Oh, and 2 potential things from that. Okay, let's check our outfits. What do we got? Maybe some agility outfits. Yeah, perception. Oop, the mysterious stranger. Gotcha. Okay, got some perception outfits. That's going to be awesome. Right over here is my main peeps. They already got a bunch. Okay. These guys then. Perception outfit. And luck and nightwear. Alright, so this guy is my guy who's running to the wasteland. So we're going to switch him into a luck outfit. And that will allow us to use that other outfit there to boost our production there. I think this dude's ready to rock. Alright, dude, you're out of here. Back out to the wasteland with you. We'll give you a couple of that stuff. Get out there and get it going. Now, he brought some cash back, too, that helped us res the other peeps. And a lot of this game, everybody, is just waiting on stuff and letting it run, and you're going to have events and all sorts of stuff. But most of the time, it's just like waiting on stuff. Now, you can also do quests and things like that. I'm not going to bother with that. I feel like I'm getting pretty close to the ability to expand, but I wouldn't expand until you have enough caps, because you're going to need to build a lot of additional stuff here. So we'll just do a mass expansion at one point when we have the caps locked down. And the way to do that actually easier is to catch these people before they die. So usually it's like, 2 hours of letting them run, and then you bring them back. Like you can see, this person went for about 3 hours, because you can see on the way back it's an hour and a half back, which means that it takes half the time it took to go out. So had we set a timer for about 3 hours, we could have caught that person before they died. This person was about 4 hours, because again, you just take that number and double it. This person was 6 hours out there. So again, if we had gone back 3 hours and pulled them all back, we would have got them before they died. And that's really what you're looking at here, is how long do these people go to the wasteland before you have to pull them back. And because they have weapons and they have armor and stuff like that, that helps them. If they have stim packs, of course, that helps a lot. And really, we could just do a few more cycles here and our water would be all the way up. We don't actually have to wait for it to go all the way up. We're probably good enough right there. There we go. All right, now we got a bunch of stuff cooking. Again, you don't have to do stuff all day long. Great thing about this game is you can just pop in the game, do a little bit of stuff while you're waiting on the server to restart in the background in this case. And then that's it. And then we'll let it run for a while, right? Now, oh, I almost forgot. Hold on, we didn't go into night mode. But I do want to put them in night mode, because I'm just going to let them run all night long. Almost forgot. All right, back in here we go. Now what we want to do is wait for this power generator to finish, and then also this one here, which is about the same amount of time. Hopefully we don't get any attacks while we're doing this. Again, we'll wait for this another 13 seconds. Now, before I log out, I typically go into what I consider to be night mode, which means all my people are training while I'm not in the vault, because it's give you like another 2 minutes before it stops needing resources when you're not playing. And so this is one of the greatest things you can do. Again, even with the peeps who are very high level, you can just throw them in here like that. We got this one done now. Some stem packs there. And then all of these guys in training. And you want to get them in there as quick as possible, because otherwise this all this production is coming to a halt. I just wait until I can see they're actually standing in the room. Person's running around over there. There we go. All right, now, quick before something happens. Save. Main menu. There we go. Now, no matter how long it's going to take them to run, say it's going to run, they're going to be training for 14 hours, right? Well, it doesn't matter, because it'll be 14 hours before I come back. And when I come back, boom, they'll be the next level. So that's why the training rooms are so powerful in that point. So you get to a point where your people are just, boom, knocking out resources left and right, because you're training them all up, especially with perception, especially with strength, because you got to keep that power going. Typically, water is the thing that you're running out of more than food. I find I get more agility outfits than anything else. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then actually we can just go ahead and exit. There we go. Now we're actually going to take a break. So we're going to go ahead and bring up some words on stream for you guys to enjoy while I take a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to be back for more Satisfactory to see if that's going, and we might also dip out a little early here today. We'll see how it goes. We're going to go ahead and get this going. There we go. Take a little break, and back in just a bit.
Hi, this is Norbert, here to remind everyone on YouTube to hit the subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment below. All good vault dwellers and dragons leave comments. You can also become a member on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, drop a follow and consider using your Twitch Prime. Thanks, Kismet will be back from AFK soon.
I'm back, everybody. Let's go ahead and see if we get some words going on over here. Actually, I could log on to the server while I'm at it, too. There we go. Let's see. Foul. F-O. Oh, flower right there. Look, it's just giving us a word there. Look, I got a big word. Only because it was spelled out right there. Cool is a word. You got that one. Fool with two O's, maybe. Well, let's see. Can I make another word? Fool with two O's. No. Oh, you already got it. Yeah. Loof. Lore. Where to get color? We got colorful. Yeah, we got those. U-O-L. No. Coal. Yeah, coal's a word. There we go. Hey, we got it done. Now, yeah, foul. I typed foul a bunch of times. I don't know why I couldn't get it working. I guess I didn't type all the right words. Oh, I put an L in there. That's why. I put an L in there accidentally. It happens. But hey, we got it done. That's the important part, everybody. Let's go ahead and give you a bunch of kids caps in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. Love to see you guys working together. Always awesome when that's happening. All right, let's get back to it. We're going to get into some satisfactory. I didn't get much sleep today, everybody, so I was kind of a little bit like this. I was taking a break. So we'll see if we can make sure to get all this running first before we probably head out here. But definitely wanted to make sure everything is up and running. It does look like it is right there. We got 600 so far, 3,384 on the other ones, and 553 on our space elevator. Again, this is just a matter of time now. We just let this run long enough, and all this stuff should be good. Let's turn our sound back on, too. Right over this way. And again, we got our summer sloops in here. Yeah, again, it's mainly a rotor issue. It's got enough. It's just not able to run those fast enough. We got these backlogged. We got those backlogged. Yeah, we can probably crank this up. It's going to crank that all the way up. We can burn up that excess. Thought I already did crank that up, matter of fact. Alright, yeah, there it goes. That's got a lot of that and a lot of this. Let's go see if we got any more rods. See, we can get one done, we can transfer those resources over to the other stuff and use those resources there. Typically, that's what I try to do. I try to get one resource done first and then use what else I can to get the other stuff going. Holy moly. All right, there's a ton of that in there. The interesting thing is you can actually use the rods to create screws, too, if we needed to. But we're going to just crank these rods into there. Very nice. Actually go back here to help this with this as well, making more screws. All right, there we go. Again, that's just going to make more of that faster. That's running at 100%. This is running at a much higher speed, which means it's going to make way more rotors. And then we can see if we've got some extra. Yeah, we got extra reinforced iron plates there. And we probably have some over here. Again, thanks for the ones in the chat. Let me give you guys a bunch of caps for crushing it. Again, didn't get much sleep today, so again, we're just going to try to get as much done as we can here. Reinforced iron plates right here. Again, don't do me any good in that box. Do me a lot more good over here. Burning that stuff up. In this box right here. Boom, there we go. All right, that stuff is cooking. Let's go take this this quartz stuff over this way. Where's our quartz stuff over here on the far side? Oh, is it already full? Oh, already full. All right, well, then we'll just get rid of this excess. I'm going to carry that around. We got plenty of all of that. Okay. Running that wire. I think we put cable up on the top here. We could probably use some of that wire for cable as well. What's our cable doing over here? Yeah, most of that is going into there. It does not look like it's producing that fast enough. Probably something to do with our belts. What kind of node is this over here? I think we're not running that fast enough over here because we needed more of these plates. So this is a pure node. Yes, we didn't have enough of this, and we were going to come back and upgrade this. Well, glad I came back and looked at it. Because this is going to massively upgrade the speed of this. And then, which one was it? Which one was it? The inside or the outside one? This one is the inside one. This one. Through to here. There we go. Yeah, now we're going at 240 there. I can see because the belt's running at full speed. Yeah, now we're cooking that out of there. And then this is going to go over here, which is going to fill these up faster. Yeah, there we go. Now we're at full speed. Again, we had a problem of we ran out of resources to run this at full speed. This is a Mark III. All right. Yeah, that's definitely running at full speed now. Because some of this is not getting enough resources and thus is turning itself on and off. You don't want that to happen. You want this one to be overflow, so this one has too much going, and then it's going to then overflow into this one faster than it's actually running it out, and then overflow and overflow until it gets to the end. Then those will all be running at full speed. It'll take a little while for that manifold or that overflow to get to full speed, but definitely way better. Way better there. That's going to produce way more of our copper stuff to get over here. Now we could take some of this wire that we have sitting around, though we are using a bunch of wire for that right now. How much wire we got sitting over here? Okay, yeah, we're burning it up. Okay, well, I was going to use a bit of it for the cable, but it's actually using most of it, so. to make a bunch of stuff over here. That's really burning that stuff up. Yeah, it's burning it up pretty quick. Alright. Is it backlogging here? Okay, it's kind of backlogging a little bit here. We can go ahead and grab a bunch because the rest of that's going to come through. And then we'll take it over here, which is going to help us with the cable. But there's no nothing in there. Okay, so we're going to have to put a merger like that. And then we'll put this, then we'll get a box, and we'll just infuse. That into there, so this can make more cable faster. All right, awesome. Boom, there we go. And this is going 100%. It needs 120 per minute. I can tell you it's probably not doing that, but it's about to do it right now. We go in there at like 240 per minute. It's going to make a lot of cable now. All right, there we go. Now it's cooking out that cable. Again, a bunch of resources just laying around. Might as well burn them up. Burn them up and help push all three of those forward. There's not really much else I can do at this point, too, other than going and trying to get upgrades for the Dimensional Depot, getting summer sloops, not buying them, but finding summer sloops, things of that nature, which I could put in there to try to boost some of this. But really, this is just a matter of time now. This is just letting this run. How's our power looking? We're finally getting up there by that thing, but we still have a gap of about 2,500. Even at the high side, it's the 2,500 more power that we could do. Very cool. So again, we just want to let this run. And now we're getting more cable, yeah. So this is definitely waiting for more cable here. A little tempted to go tap another copper node. Let's see if we got any copper nearby. Oh, I don't need to ping it. I forgot. I got my radar here. My radar right here. Impure node. Iron. Oh, that's a pure node. And a copper pure node. Man, get this iron pure node too. So yeah, copper pure node there. Impure. Yeah, just dedicate it solely to making stuff there. Off this way. Let's ping it again. Just to make cable, since we're also making other things with that, we could dedicate that one solely to cable. Wrong way, this way. To just doing cable, while the other two are split between wire and copper sheets. And it's like, what upgrades are going to be the most beneficial? Yeah, let's get this one. Oh, didn't double check. All right, yeah. let's get this one and we'll run it back to the base along with some power. Get our Mark II in there. I think that's what we should do. Okay, when you find a bottleneck and you have enough power to fix that bottleneck, that's the thing to do. We're going to put this up real high so we can dip this up here. Tie that into the current power. Bring this forward. That's going to start up right now too. And then we can bring this to here. Like that. And then we can use these stackers to bring along the stacker line. Which is going to be awesome. And by the time I get these stackers going, that stuff's going to make its way down here. Yeah, and this is the advantage of putting away so many of these steel beams, is I can just do this level 3 line runs. There's a bunch of other stuff here. We can come back and upgrade the line run speed as well, especially this the coal or anything else that's going real slow. Actually, I want this to go that way. And get that under there. We'll run it to here first, and then we'll just divert it back. First, let's see if it's coming down the conveyor. Oh, yeah. I can see it over there coming down the conveyor. Okay. So, I want to run that around down that other side so we can just make a bunch of cable over there. Okay, so we can just bring this up here. Probably want to move this over here. Bring it down. And that's because we got to get past all this other stuff and not run into the ground as well. I can hear it hitting the foundations up there. That's cool. Hear the rain hitting the foundations. Okay, where's our spot here? And we want to reverse engineer this. This does not have enough. It needs a massive amount of cable at 100 per minute, and it's definitely not producing that. And so we're doing the cable there. So we're just going to turn this like this. And we're going to do a merger up here. Bring that up from down there. Then we're going to figure out, we're going to reverse engineer how many of these we need to make. We'll just turn it all into cable. So 120 per minute wire. We're going to try to leave a leeway in between as well. So wire. So 30 per minute copper ingots. And then back up again. So 60 here. And a fourth one. Yeah, so it's going to be 30, so 120, 30, 60, 30, 60. That'll be 120 out of there. So each of these is going to output at 30. Each of these are going to input at 30. So I just go straight across. I'm not going to bother to put a storage in there for now. So all of these are going to make wire, which is then going to be turned into cable. Tie all those together. Tie that one to this one. I'll just do the same thing here. This one we might load balance, so we're going to go like this and then bring this out, and then we're going to split here, and then we'll just split again over here. Yeah, I'm going to load balance that out. Nice. Okay, I'm going to dip down here and see what we're looking at to get this. over to him. Wow, perfect. Right up into there. Okay, nice. Okay, and that should start running into there. And we're going to need something to connect back this way. Might be able to connect it across. Too far. There we go. And there they go. Okay. So all of those into wire. And that's going to produce 120. And then this will go at full speed if we take all of these and combine these back together. Okay. Then we're going to merge this. Merge. There it goes. Okay, now we're doubling up on the cable so that that one that's kind of suffering for cable now will be doing a whole lot better. Again, this is 30, 30. So 60 and 60 is 120, and this is input is 120 at 100%, and then 30 cable per minute. Now we're doing 60 cable per minute, which I still don't think is enough. Yeah, it needs 100. But 60 is better than none. All right. 60 is better than 30. So that should go a bit faster. Now, again, the one that's probably going to get done first is the automated wiring. Because I do have a big backlog of stators, though eventually it's going to need to make more stators. But I did have a bunch that I'd found around the world, and we're still using those. I haven't used those up yet, because that's actually a lot, because it's not using that many stators. It's using like 5, but what comes to a lot, it's using the cable. But we got to make 10,000 of them. So, again, eventually we're going to run out of those stators. That's why we're making more. Again, this is just a matter of time now. That's really definitely going to make that go faster. And then steel pipes and wire. Eventually it's going to burn out of steel pipes as well. And then I'll have to make that. Wire's looking good, though. Wire, we'll probably end up with a backlog. And I think that's pretty much it. So right now we are at 3,492 smart platings, 886, well now 890 versatile framework, and around 581 of our other thing. This thing here, whatever the name of that thing is. I always forget the name of that thing. Framework or something? No, that's framework. Oh, I know how to see it. We can go in the in here. We can go in here and look what the heck the name of that thing is. I always forget what the name of that thing is. Over here. It's for automated wiring. That's what it is. And again, we're producing all of this goodies, which is pretty awesome. I don't think we're doing encased industrial beams. I think that's the one thing we're not doing. Yeah, I don't think we're doing that because I don't see it in that lineup. That's that. This here. Yeah, I don't think any of this because we have a bunch of that already from before. Yeah, nothing going in there. Encased industrial beams. Over here. Encased industrial beams. Let's clear this. Yeah, we need steel beams and concrete. to make those. We could probably get that going. Maybe do it on this side. This one. Doesn't reach. We're going to take some of these steel beams, we're going to run them over here so that we can make some of these too. Again, if we're going to make them, we might as well make all of it. And let it run for an inordinate amount of time. And we have a bunch of concrete. We can kind of reverse run this. Lots of spaghetti going on today. Well, that'll get it done. All right, there it goes. All right, burn that stuff up. And then this is going to go into here, and then this is going to start right up. There it goes. Okay. Now we got every one of them resources running. Okay. We'll need those encased industrial beams later, don't worry. Again, nothing else we can unlock. All we can do now is just let it do its thing for however long it takes, and eventually we'll have that done. Yeah, this one really needs more cable. Not going to be any cable in the box because it's running over here. See if that's gaining or not. Definitely use some more summer sloops just to boost this cable. Wonder if there's one nearby. Nope. Apparently we found the one nearby. Yeah, where would they be? How many are in the area where we have this? Oh, there's actually two out there somewhere. I wonder if I marked them. Nope. There's two around here. Really need one. Slide around and see if we get lucky. Might be hiding under a rock, or we gotta use a novelist or something. Something after me. No such luck. Definitely a couple around here somewhere, though. Oh, down below over here. Yeah, I think there's the one at the bottom of this thing over here. Yep. All right. Let's hope we put a bunch of these in here. We did. Cool. These are going to be so satisfying after running through all of this stuff over and over again. We didn't have any explosives before, so we had no way of clearing these guys. Now, this is like a straight drop down here too. But now we got a parachute. We know he's down there somewhere, we just can't see him. Try to hit this lip right here, there we go. Kobe! Oh, a good throw. I think we might have got him. So yeah, I threw two of them so I could blow them up. Nice. Grab this. One for you. One for you. And this is why I love the ladder. Perfect. You can build it while you're on it. Also, coupled with the parachute, this is going to be awesome. We just get up here on the top, turn around, use our parachute, and we out of here. Now we're going to double up this cable. Let's go. Oh man, we got a lot of stuff going. Remember, this wasn't here earlier today. we took all this down, all this stuff down, and rebuilt it all from scratch. Now we're just trying to optimize some of these productions that are really hurting for resources. So we get here on the cable. Put that there. It's going to take a lot more power, but it's going to double to 60 cable now. And that should go in there. And that should give us 60 plus 30, 670, 90. So now it's going to be 90 cable. And then again, the automated wiring is the one you probably be the easiest to get done. It's usually the one I get done first. How are we doing here? This looks good here too. For now, until we run low on pipes, which we'll probably do at some point. But that's all good. And again, we can go around and collect a whole bunch more. I bet there's only one now under the radar. We look at it. Yeah, now there's only one left. So very cool. That was over here at the arch. There's a whole bunch of these that we marked that could be summer sloops, but most likely most of them are immersive spheres. We could run around and probably grab those now that we have the Novelist. We should probably take the Novelist that we have and put them in the Dimensional Depot so I don't forget. Let's go get that going. So I'm just going to take them out of here. Oh, it's way more than it's going to fit in there, but we'll just put them right in there. Also put those in there. This. That, probably not that stuff. And then we'll run another hard drive, like so. We'll start that going. And we'll let that run. Okay, that's it. Again, now it's just a matter of time. We optimized. Wow, we already did 1,000 of the versatile frameworks, too. Now it's just a matter of time. You just got to let it run. And it's actually going to slow down on some of those at some point because, again, it's going to catch up to the amount of resources we currently have. Well, look at the blur right there. That's freaky. Look at it from a certain thing and see it blurs from a certain angle. I'm feeling that's going to fill up. We can only have 200 in there. So we'll take those out. Figure out how many is left. Yeah, another 50. Another 50. 50. Yeah, we'll have like 200 Novelists in there. Awesome. I'll put the rest of these Novelists over here for us to use later. Okay. That's pretty much it. Get rid of this copper. Yeah, the only thing else I would do again is go around, get more immersive spheres. Find as many as we can, but what we really need to do is get in the next stage. If we get in the next stage, then we can unlock some stuff that's going to help us navigate the world much easier than the way we've been doing it with the slide and then the parachute and stuff. But hey, it did work. It got us this far. Got us the geothermal power too, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, very awesome. Okay, we'll let all that run. We'll just double check our power again. I can just do it right here. Oh, look at us riding that line now. Oh, almost perfection. 5,000 right on the line. And again, I want to maximize my production, so I'm using as much as I possibly can. And thanks to this power augmenter also giving us a bunch of extra power. But right now, at the high peak, I'm only really using around 3,000. So really, I've got really 4,000. So I've really got 1,000 overhead there that I could use. I think we're all good there. Maybe add some more backup power. I think we have enough to do that. Yeah. Always good to have a lot of backup power. Chain all those together and then connect them over there. Because it will take a while for these to charge up. But that will be around 900 megawatts of stored power. Look at that with the power augmenter in the background. That's cool. And then, of course, our radar tower. All right, awesome. We'll go up here. Take a little looky-see at what we got going. All right, this is our thing right here. This is everything we need. Running right in there. Some of the things we don't even need right now, too. God, that is a lot. It's almost like you got to let that run for a week. Come back next week. But again, we'll keep checking in on it, see how it's doing from time to time. Yeah. I think that's good enough, everybody. Again, a little worn out today, so we'll get on the Kismet Love Train. Here we go. Some days I just have the worst time sleeping, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and rest up, come back, probably do a bonus stream on Friday night, and check in on Satisfactory here, see how far we've gotten along, and then we'll try to work in some other games and whatnot. See what kind of strength I've got then. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a bunch of cash for hanging out all the way to the end of the stream. Appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to go ahead and also pull in the schedule right here. Again, it's more of a guideline than a true hard schedule. But we're going to try to get in a bonus stream on Friday. And then, of course, some 7 Days to Die with my crew on Saturday and Sunday. So definitely going to rest up a bit for that fun. And then all my characters are going to come up and tell you a bit about showing some love to the stream. And I'm just going to peace out, go rest up, because I'm getting a little flighty. A little flighty right now. I can tell that my dizziness is getting pretty bad. But going to rest up. Hopefully I can get back in my normal schedule. I'm really trying to get back in my normal schedule as best I can. So we'll try to do that for Friday night. Here we go. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norbert, here to remind everyone on YouTube to hit the subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment below. All good Vault Dwellers and Dragons leave comments.
Don't forget to hit follow on twitter.com/KismetBP. Check out the Teamwork Tycoon Discord and Kismet's website full of info on his studio setup, favorite games, sponsors, and latest videos.
Did you enjoy the stream? Then this is your chance to support the Kismet Love Train on patreon.com/Kismet. This is the best way to support the everything from guides, highlights, videos, and so much more. Thanks to all of the Patreon supporters at the bottom of the screen.
Hi, this is Norbert. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button.